So that's the witness right there in that shot with Diddy. So you know she's telling the truth about being there. Regardless of the circumstances, if that's true and she is on video doing what that girl just said, what do you think that J-Lo would do to avoid that video getting out? Actually, better question would be, what wouldn't she do? So for anybody who's been waiting on my Diddy stuff, today is a special day for you because I took a week off given what was going on last week. Obviously, there was only one thing that mattered to the entire world for, 5-6 days. Now we're getting back into it. And let me tell you, getting back into a topic like the Diddy story when you've been off for 5-6 days, it's unbelievable how much stuff has come out. And one thing that I am going to show you today is that we have an accuser who comes out and has put her face on camera making these accusations with her name attached to them. Now, again, these claims are so crazy, you're going to want to question her credibility. What I can tell you for absolute sure is that she has been to dozens of Diddy parties. She's definitely telling the truth about that. She's in a Variety magazine spread with Diddy at his parties. Multiple photographs all over the place of her in different outfits at different Diddy parties. So she's for sure has been there. Oh, and she's got big celebrity names that she personally was on top of too, that she's going to lay out here. The stuff that she says in these interviews is the most shocking stuff that has come out. I want you to think about the kinds of things that people have accused this guy of. And when I say this is the most shocking stuff that has someone's face attached to the accusation, there's absolutely no question that that's the case. This girl has him tying down an A-list celebrity while him and dudes take turns on them. While said A-list celebrity male is screaming and begging to be untied. Okay? Another absolutely A-plus list celebrity assaulting a minor, assaulting them in a way that I couldn't have even thought of, actually. Completely botzo. And we're talking about an 11-year-old. Now, she also makes claims about Diddy's relationship with his mom, which have to do with, and if you can't figure out what that's code for, that's Diddy pounding his mom. Is this a photograph that any of you have with your mom? Okay. Since he was a teenager, which in all honesty would explain some of the, outlandish behavior that he has had throughout his entire adult life in that category. So let's jump right into it. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel. That's all I ask. If you're going to watch my content, I just ask that people subscribe. It's not free. Don't be the person that takes the candy out of the jar and doesn't leave the quarter. Subscribe. It takes you 2 seconds. That's all I ask. And like the video if you don't mind. Now, as a thank you to the subscribers, I am going to tell you how you can make $50 in the quickest, most fun way possible. Before we get into the first segment, check this out. Now, if I told you that you could make $50 for free if you take 90 seconds of your time to do something, it's something that you would do, especially if the 90 seconds is going to be something fun. Because that's exactly what PrizePicks and I are offering you right now. I want to be very clear. There is no gimmick here. There's no chance where this does not lead to $50 free for you. There's nothing you have to pick right. There's no game you have to win. If you play a $5 roster on PrizePicks, you will get $50 into your account whether you win or lose the roster that you entered. How much you can win in addition to the automatic $50 depends on the size of the roster that you pick, but I'll let you play around with that a little bit. Now, you also could try to win real big and play more than $5, but you don't have to. Take a look over here. Look at what I stand to win if I hit this roster. Hold me accountable to this. I'm putting it on my channel. I'm putting my face on it. Hold me accountable, and also hold me accountable to this. This game is super fun. You're going to want to play. As you can see on the left side of the screen, all you do is go through the athletes that you want to pick in a specific sport. In this case, we're doing UFC because my girl Rose Namajunas is fighting on Saturday. In addition to MMA, they have college basketball, college football, NBA, NFL, any sport you can think of, you can play on PrizePicks. Now, in the roster you see over here, this is obviously a UFC roster. I'm playing a $5 game, which means if this was my first game, I would see a free $50 put into my account the second that the game starts. So come join me for PrizePicks. It's an amazing game. You'll be supporting my channel and you'll be getting free money. Also, look at my roster, take a screenshot, and then you can see how I did. And also, I want to know who you guys are picking. Send me your rosters if you want. Link is in the description. Use promo code JesseOnFire for the $50 bonus. And that is what it is. All right, so let's start right here. This is some context of how she ended up connected with Diddy in the first place. And like I said, you will probably see him throughout this video, but there are plenty of pictures verifying that she really did have a relationship with Diddy, that she's at all these parties, whatever. Now, she's together with this dude who was a male model who went on a casting call to Sean John.
So, long story short, we sitting in the waiting room, and one of his homeboys that frequents our apartment comes out of the thing, and he's looking mad like, shh. And so,
she's talking about the audition.
so low key, me and Anthony laughing. We was like, he must not have booked it. Like, he's salty. Like, we laughing to each other, like, you know. And then they called him. And then when they called him, I'm like, yeah, you got this, man. Like, you know, I'm dapping on. You got this. And then that's when two-way pages was out. So when they called, I flipped my two-way up. So I'm on my two-way lining up some money for later on. All of a sudden, I just...
By the way, what that means is she was going to have sex for money. Because I just want to be clear about who this is, all right? Like, that's what she was doing. She'd be like, if she's not saying it directly, that's what she's talking about.
Here, man, that. And the door that flew up, and it was... I'm like, what? And like Anthony is a very good looking guy. His mother is, African American black lady, and his father is an Italian man. And him wasn't no, bitch in him, like a thug, but he a pretty boy. So like, I guess they underestimated him, thinking that because he was so good looking that he go that way. So he was more than offended. He was on some gangster shit. Like, he got me fucked up. So when we were in the elevator, I was like, man, what happened? He was like, man, he gave me that look like, man, shut the f-. And I was like, all right, because it was people in the elevator. So I was like, all right. So when we got, out the elevator, I'm like, what's up? I'm like, why are you tripping? He was like, man, he asked me to suck his. I said, who asked you to suck his? He said, Puffy. Who was calling Puffy back then? Puff. And I said, no, he didn't. And it broke my heart, broke her arm. And I was like, nah. And he was like, he asked me to suck his.
Okay, so straight up, let me just comment on this really quick. So again, that is the kind of story that sounds so outlandish that, again, 2 months ago, I'd have been like, nah. And I wouldn't have even listened to anything else that she said. I'd have been like, this is nonsense, dude. However, I do think I have a pretty strong handle on Diddy's brain, and especially in that category. Okay, so like, why would Diddy, who has only ever had relationships with women long term, right? Okay, the guy's got like 100 kids, all with women, right? Okay, why would he have sex with a young, like, A-list male pop star? Okay, the answer, it's a power thing, it's a control thing, and to the point where when he is running Sean John, he's got this huge brand, and these models come in and they're like, oh yeah, I would love to book this thing. And this guy is running around with absolute impunity to do whatever he wants. Like, if you think that doesn't actually add up, where he would be like, well, why don't you show me how much you want this job? How bad you want this job? And they're like, what? Like, these dudes, and like, it's like he can take everything from him. It is not even dissimilar from the devil takes your soul. Sell your soul to the devil. What do you think that means in actuality? You think you like sign your name in blood on a piece of paper? Or you think that the devil right there goes, oh, you want to be a star? Well, why don't you come over here and do this? And they could either do it or not. You have to give away everything about yourself. Like, if you've ever done a thing like that, I would say pretty much that's as close to like metaphorically selling your soul as you're going to get, right? And that's what does it for him, dude. Taking it from people. And then he owns them forever. So skipping forward to where she ends up at these parties, the way that he ended up talking to her and meeting her is he saw one of her corn star movies, and then they got connected through a friend, and then she ends up getting hired to do these white parties, okay? So that is why she is there as an escort, there specifically to pound celebrities and other people who are there, and that is where we are going to get into some of the stuff that she saw with other celebrities.
Concoction.
Yeah, the reason why he like to take... Yeah, we have a chakra in our anus, guys and girls, and your chakra is a pathway to your soul. So because he's working for Lucifer, his goal is to take souls to hell. So that's why straight men, he wanted to turn them gay. Even if a gay man was gay, he wanted to make him be a pedophile and be with a minor. His thing was to take the soul. It was like that.
That's that blackout drink. And
right, but he had
anything.
imagine everybody blacked out though. It doesn't matter if you a celebrity or, that's why J-Lo left the country. He had her sticking bottles and stuff up in my homegirl. She was only 11 years old. She the girl that they put on the private jet. They her with the jelly beans. They put on the private jet. They took her to the studio in New York, and then had the nerve to dress her up in a D&G sweater, do her hair, put makeup on her, and take a picture like a trophy.
There you go. So that's J-Lo involved in this, dude. According to this girl, that she apparently saw J-Lo insert a bottle into an 11-year-old. Now, I would be remiss if I did not comment to say that this body does not look like it belongs to an 11-year-old, but I am also smart enough to know that doesn't mean anything. Like, really, it doesn't. There's If you can't see the face, of course, also, especially see what they look like, who knows, you know? There's another picture, right? There's another thing right here where she's talking about the same girl that also, I mean, because you have to at least question credibility when you hear a thing that insane, but let's just watch.
Sophie, she only 11 years old in that picture, and that's not allegedly. And then the same girl.
J-Lo was messing around with.
Man, there's so many. I drop names on the neck, man. We talking about Diddy right now. But it's, yeah.
Listen, if that's not true, J-Lo should sue this girl into oblivion, right? That's all I'm saying, dude. If that's not true, this video has 700,000 views. 700,000 views. 700,000 people minimum just on this channel. So you got way more people who are replaying it and cutting it like I am. Okay, so let's call it 1 million. 1 million people have seen this girl claim that J-Lo took a bottle and inserted it into an 11-year-old. If you're J-Lo, you're not going to sue her? You know what I mean? Like, if that's not true, you're not going to sue her? Right? Now, there is a world where you go talk to your attorney and you're like, what are we going to do? And they say, well, what's your exposure overall on these Diddy tapes? You know, like, because the lawyer doesn't know. Like, what could Puff actually have on video of you, J-Lo? And if she's like, I never partook in anything outside. I mean, obviously I slept with my boyfriend. You know, we had some wild nights together, but like, there's nothing crazy where I'm in between two guys or like anything, like nothing that would be outside of just like a straight up sex tape with my boyfriend. Right. Okay. Then if I'm the lawyer, I'm like, cool. Well, let's go get this girl. Let's clear your name. Right. But if J-Lo's like, look, yeah, I mean, there's some wild stuff that I was on. That's not true, but there's a lot of other wild stuff that, you know, like then guess what? You're not suing anybody. You're just going to go, because discovery in that case could turn into access to all of the videos to see what she's in, right? Now, if she's clean on the videos and she knows it, then she sues. And if not, you know what I mean? So even if this story about the bottle's not true, if they don't do anything about it, then now let's hear more about this 11-year-old because there's more to this right here.
And then that's the same girl that in the magazine is laying on the table butt naked with fruit and food and stuff off of her, and we all eating off of her. I sucked the strawberry off her. She 14 years old laying on that table. She had a body like a grown woman. You don't think anybody's looking at that thinking that's a kid laying there. You're assuming it's a grown woman. So he made everybody be with a minor, you know, against your will, and he recorded.
That is what you call entrapment. You know, what have I always, anybody who's been watching my stuff for a long time has ever heard me talk about the island, you know, the one who was dealing with the billionaires, right? I've always told the same hypothetical story, which is you get them on the island, right? All these dudes who are used to kind of being able to buy whatever they want. They're on an island. There's no rules. There's no laws. I guarantee that they would announce that when they get there. Here, you do whatever you want. This place is the Garden of Eden for you guys. You're the world elite and you've earned this. And then there's a team of girls that come out and they're like, hello. And it's like, do whatever you want. And then all these sick global, you know, controlling psychos grab a hold of a girl or two and they go do whatever they want. The whole place is wired for video and sound, and no one has told them that, you know, these girls are 14 years old. And then at the end of your trip, it's like, hey, man, take a look at this video. You look great in this thing. She's in 7th grade. She looks good though, right? You wouldn't have known. You'd have thought she's 19, huh? Actually, you know what? Don't worry about it though. What I'm going to do is I'm going to protect this secret with my life. I'm your new best friend. You don't need to worry about anything, okay? I didn't know this place was wired for video. I just found out. And I just want you to know that this video is out there, but I'm going to protect you from anyone ever finding out. So just make sure you pick up my phone calls from now on, you know? Like I would just say, like, if I call you, consider it very important. But I will do everything in my power to make sure no one ever sees this. Oh, and just as a random side note, if anything happens to me, that video 100% will be on the 6 o'clock news. So I would say that you should probably make sure that I'm nice and safe. And also, if I get locked up, same thing. So, you know, if I did end up catching a case, why don't you pull whatever strings you have to walk me out the front door, and then we'll fake my death and make everybody think that maybe it was either someone killed me or I did it to myself. And in reality, I'll just walk straight out the front door and get plastic surgery and then go to another island. Now, in that situation, I'll give you Ghislaine Maxwell so the public gets their pound of flesh, okay? So that's a little agreement between us. But anyway, strong accusations about people putting hands on this little girl. Anything else? Anyone else that's involved in this girl?
Because she's still Jane Doe right now, I'm gonna say allegedly. You know what I mean? It's allegedly. But she wants a DNA on 2 of his kids because they took 2 babies out of her. They kept her locked up and they had her babies at the house. The 2 babies they took out of her stomach. That's not allegedly.
So, again, just to recap. She's she is saying that Diddy kept this girl locked up like as a kept girl at one of their houses, and she kept getting pregnant, and they would let her have the baby, they'd take the baby and then take it somewhere else, right? And then she has no idea where the babies went. So, does that sound like anything that anybody's heard in any other theories? You know, home deliveries, babies that no one knows about, you know, girl gets pregnant, you keep them kind of locked away, have someone deliver the baby, there's no birth certificate. So, babies that don't exist. Anybody want any pizza? I love me a nice cheese pizza. You know what I mean? But anyway, let's continue because this gets weirder.
Damn.
And allegedly, I'm gonna say allegedly, she had a 3 with Diddy and his own mama.
Whoops. Say what? So Diddy and his own mom had a threesome with her. Now, again, listen. This is why I said, when we get into the insanity of these accusations, you're going to have to at least be like, really? You know, really? You got J-Lo on video with a bottle in this kid. You've got Diddy and his mom. You got him locking her away, taking babies out of her, and then not, you know what I mean? Like, and then right now he's going to say that she had a threesome with Diddy and Nelly. So, yeah. That wraps up that portion of the video. But don't worry, we still are going to cover Diddy's relationship with his mom and also the A-list celebrity that got tied down to a bed and graped. And that's definitely a boy that happened to. So let's watch the thing about the mom first. Buckle up.
Before we move forward, I'm still stuck on, you said Diddy and his mom and his auntie,
No, Diddy's mom is really his auntie, has been claiming to be his mom this whole time. She's the one with the white nails.
Serious question. Is this a photograph that any of you have with your mom or aunt? Is there any kind of video that someone could take an instant still of that looks like that? Okay? Because again, this whole story is so crazy that when there is supporting evidence to a thing like that, even if it's completely circumstantial and it's just kind of like he gives you the heebie-jeebies, I'm going to point it out. Look at that picture. Like that's Diddy's mom, maybe his aunt, the one that he grew up with. Okay? If you got some guy who has a history of doing all kinds of incredibly insane sexual things, and someone says, yeah, you know, he's been having sex with his mom, who's actually his aunt, and then you see this picture, are you going to immediately write that off? Look at that picture, dude.
That's why he has that fetish. She been f***ing him since he was adolescent because his daddy got killed when he was a baby. As soon as he had adolescent, he resembled his dad. So she started f***ing him. She's the one that f***ed his head up initially.
Look at that. You know what I mean? Just saying, you know, Spidey senses. I don't know.
That's why, allegedly. I might be talking too much.
I get this feeling that she thinks if she just says the word allegedly, that protects her from lawsuits. But given that, she definitely said some things, and that's not allegedly. So, and that actually falls into some of the most extreme things that she said. Now let's talk about A-list male celebrities getting gang graped by Diddy and his friends. All right, buckle up, guys, and keep in mind that there is a tape that everybody has verified of Diddy with a young A-list celebrity having sex. So let's hear if maybe this is what they're referencing.
The same girl I was telling you about, that the Jane Doe, the 11 and 14-year-olds, the same girl he made strap Justin Bieber down, and she had to strap him down while Diddy and 2 of his sons took turns, and she had to sit there and watch, and Justin Bieber was crying and begging to be let up, and when she went to unloosen him, Diddy socked her in the face in front of Justin Bieber. So we trying to get with Justin because he would cooperate. Allegedly. Justin, get at me, Justin. We be confidential. We ain't got to tell the press, nobody. Holler at me, Justin. I'll put y'all together. She was there, you was there. I was already out of it. She told me that story, but Justin, I got you.
Damn. Also,
Listen,
you saying...
Let me tell you guys something. Let me tell you something. When someone says, look, I'm going to put this together nice and confidential, after they just said the story in question on a YouTube interview that is going to someone who has 500,000 subscribers, I go, I feel like I could trust them in terms of the confidentiality part, right? Because what the fuck are you talking about, girl? Yo, we'll keep it confidential after I just told the goddamn story on this interview. What are you talking about? We'll keep it confidential.
This Jane Doe was around from 11 years old to about 15 years old. Had bore 2 kids. I'm not going to say which one she believe are hers that he's been raising. You know what? On a side note, where is the white girl? Where's the white girl that he adopted?
I got asked about that today earlier in the interview. I think her name is Ava Combs.
Where is she? They said, oh, the twins are staying with one of Kamara's friends, or Kim Porter, whoever. The son's been in New York and back and forth to LA. Where's the white girl that they was online bragging and proud that they saved her life and everything? Where is the white girl?
She done disappeared.
Ava. Where's Ava? I'm gonna call her the white girl. Shout out to my white people.
Exactly.
My mom's half white. I love white people. I'm white. It's white in me. Where's Ava? Everybody, can we do a campaign? Everybody, hashtag where's Ava?
Where's Ava? We need to get some shirts made too.
Right, where's Ava? Mask, all that. Booty shorts, we can twerk to it, all that.
Well, I don't know about all that. I am curious where that kid is, though. You know what I mean? Pretty curious where that kid is. What do you guys think? Where's the kid? You know? Where's the kid? That's not the kind of thing. Like, kids don't just like disappear. That wasn't even that long ago. Now, if I was a kid, I would probably be apprehensive about coming out and be all, I'm the one, you know? That was me. But who knows, you know? I wonder if she's dead. What? Did I say that out loud?
And then I found out later, another reason why they put me in the Vibe magazine is so all the guys who wanted extras would know who to look for at the parties and to laugh at me because they took advantage of me after they drugged me and I was unconscious. The Fed said, well, allegedly, I'm not gonna say, someone said that when they did the raid, I'm on them tapes and there's multiple A-list celebrities running a train on me.
Now, I'm going to stop it right there. Probably enough for today anyway. But I want to say this. In case you missed that, okay, at the end there, when she was like, so the Fed said that I was on tape. Well, actually, you know what? Allegedly, someone said that there's a tape of me passed out with them running a train on me. And you're all, let me rewind to that real quick. So the Fed said, so that would be you implying that the Feds told you that, right? And she realized, wait a minute, I could probably get in trouble for saying this if I don't protect myself with the word allegedly and then kind of walk that back. Because again, that is a good way to like kind of run through this and see where she's telling the truth and where she's bullshitting. Because when she says that's not allegedly, I mean, she seems to feel pretty safe saying that. Or she recognized that the person she's talking about is not a person who could come after her. Like, as an example, the person she said is a Jane Doe, okay? Jane Doe can't sue you, right? Now, the person who is in those pictures that she said was the 11-year-old Jane Doe could sue her if she claimed that that's her homegirl and she was 11 years old or 14 years old. So when she says not allegedly, it is very possible that girl told her that story. But I just have to point out that when she said the Feds and then she was like, actually, and she backed up on it, that makes me question whether she's, spicing things up a little bit. Especially given the fact that she just went through, and this is just the first of 2 interviews. We got another one coming tomorrow. This is like 2-3 videos I got coming on stuff she said and then stuff other people said in the next couple of days. But, dude, I have a Jay-Z one that's coming. But she's got Bieber getting strapped down to a bed by a 14-year-old girl, and then Diddy and his sons running a train on Bieber. That's a pretty aggressive accusation. She's got J-Lo inserting a bottle into an 11-year-old. Same Jane Doe, by the way. She's got Diddy having a sexual relationship with his mom, who she says is his aunt. You would think that would be a suable offense if it's not true. And then I believe she said that Diddy is having sex with his 2 twin daughters. As a matter of fact, I know she said that. I'm not sure if I put it in here, but he definitely said that. So, yeah, that's a lot, dude. You know, even for this, that's a lot. Doesn't mean it's not true, though. But that's enough for today. We got a lot more coming. Appreciate you guys hanging out. Subscribe to the channel, ring the bell. Bye-bye.